Good morning. Hi, it's Amy, and I'm joined by Chloë Geller here in the Maker Studio this morning, and I'm really, really excited to have this conversation with you, Chloë. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's so nice to meet you. I read about your story, and it's really interesting, and I'm excited to share that this morning. You're a student, is that right, at the University of Central Florida?
Yes, I'm a student at the University of Central Florida. I study computer science, math, and intelligent robotic systems. I'm in my third year right now.
So you're a junior?
Yes.
Okay, wow. And are you in the middle of exams right now? Did I hear that right?
Yes, I had 3 midterms this week. Conference, yes.
Thanks, Chloë, for being here. So have you had any sleep?
Sure, why not? I've had very little sleep, but it's okay. It's fine. I really wanted to do this, so it's worth it. It's worth my time.
So you know there's a lot of espresso stands here, right? That you
Noticed. I've really been enjoying them. It's been very helpful.
Do you have a favorite espresso?
Not really. Italian. Oh, Italian.
Okay.
Definitely.
Chloë, tell me a little bit and tell us a little bit more about what excites you about being in the robotics program.
Being able to discover what you can do with machinery and how you can change it to improve people's lives, and how you can use AI to do that too, and how you can build a community with it. How I don't necessarily need to be an engineer and need to know everything about robotics, and how I can ask other students, like mechanical engineers, who know way more than I do, and we can come together and make a project out of it.
So in your third year, can you tell us a little bit about the projects that you've done so far?
I've mainly worked on coding assignments, and personally, I've worked on 2 apps so far, and one of them, my favorite one, was my study buddy that I came up with, where it's just supposed to partner people together based on their classes, their grades, and what they look for in a study buddy, if they want someone who's quiet or someone who's gonna talk to them or tutor them. Yeah, that was my favorite one. The other one is still a work in progress, so yeah.
And you'll have a senior project then, right?
Yes, I don't know what I'm doing for that yet.
Okay.
I haven't thought that far ahead.
Well, we're not here to put more pressure on you. Okay, Chloë, that's not our task today. But yeah, you'll have to think about it, but you probably get a lot of inspiration walking around Microsoft Ignite this week on what the possibilities are for that project.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's the one with the air hockey table against the robot. Love it. That's been such an inspiration. Every time I walk past it, I'm like, I really want to do something like that as a project. That would be amazing.
And have you played against that yet?
No, the line's always too long, so I just watch it, and I'm like, oh, this looks like fun. Maybe towards the end of the conference when no one's hyped up on the stand, just waiting around. But I plan on playing against the robot.
So you did, though, play one of the games out here, the Raise the Flag game. So tell us about that.
So I tried playing it, but the machine kind of broke, and it didn't recognize me, and it broke the system. And the girl was kind of telling me about it, how the developer was here, and I was more interested in how the developer was going to fix it. So I came behind the curtain and I looked at how he was doing it, and he got scared because he was like, "Oh, what?" And I was just like, "How'd you do that? How does it work?" And then he explained everything to me and gave me his business card, and I thought it was the best. It was way more interesting than playing the game. No offense to the game, it was just the developing of the app is way better.
That's really cool. So I want to come back to robotics. There's a story and a reason why that happened for you. There was an event in your family, a health crisis. Can you share that with us?
Yeah. So my dad had a stroke when I was in 7th grade, and it left the right side of his body completely paralyzed. My dad used to be a software engineer, and he used to travel the world to build projects, and that was whatever company he was working for at the time. He used to be able to travel, and because of the stroke, he wasn't able to do that anymore. He wasn't able to go out. He wasn't able to socialize, and I didn't like seeing him like that. I didn't like the idea of it, so I kind of thought about what I could do to help, and creating prosthetics for him seemed like the best idea. So I kind of came up with the idea of not having to become an engineer because I really want to code, but if I get together with a bunch of engineers and we create this project, I don't necessarily have to be involved in the mechanics of doing the robotics by myself. I can worry more about the AI and him getting receptors and making sure that he does feel it when he grabs something in the arm, if that's possible.
Wow. So this is something that you are working on right now actively.
Yes, I'm doing a lot of research on it. I've like talked to one company about it, but they weren't able to help so much because they were more interested in like kids. I've talked to with a few of my professors, and they've given me resources. And I kind of walked into the engineering building, and I was like, "Hey!" And I just yelled. I was like, "Oh, anyone interested in doing this project with me?" And then I had a line of people that just was like, "Yeah."
I bet that's a really motivating and really interesting project to work on.
I mean, it was fun. Not a lot of them like stuck around because like they all graduated and they didn't realize that it was a senior design project. So that was kind of fun to deal with. But I plan on doing it again. I plan on like holding like a session and be like, "Hey, I need people to help me with this, and I'd really appreciate if you could do this for my dad, because we do have an innovative lab on campus that like we can use and we have the resources." So
Wow, that's very cool. So, Chloe, there's a lot of 6-year-old Abbies out there. There's a lot of 10-year-old Abbies and 15, and you really are just an inspiration. How do you refuel yourself? Because clearly you're a very creative person. How do you refuel for Chloe to get more inspiration?
I do art. I've done art since I was in like first grade, and that helps a lot. Like, just so much. I take time to myself, and as long as I don't make it something that's like mandatory, that's something that I can do on my spare time, that's when I'm like, okay, it's okay for me to be able to do math, and I can also do art, and they don't have to necessarily be tied together. And that's when I get my quiet time, and when I'm like, okay, I can go back to coding now. I can go back to debugging whatever's not working and making sure that it works by the deadline.
And do you think there's a mutual connection between doing your art and you said your medium is it sketching?
Yes.
Okay.
I use an ebony pencil and just a sketch pad. That's
Okay.
it.
And so do you find that there's a connection between your sketching and your coding?
100%. I use math when I'm doing art, like subconsciously, and not even subconsciously. I use grids, I use rulers, and it just helps me think in a different way. It helps me be more like agile with my brain, and my subconscious is able to process what I'm not working with currently and what I'm not able to debug properly. So yeah, being able to do the art and not focus primarily on my problems just helps in hindsight.
So it allows you a free form space to really just literally physically sketch out what is happening and how you can solve that problem, and then you go back to coding. Wow, that's really cool. So what would you say to all those Abbies out there, and what would be your wisdom that you would share with all those people who are looking to make things and to be innovators like you?
Don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't do it, because you definitely can. You're not too stupid. You have the resources. They're available to you. Reach out to people, and you can definitely do it. Like, as long as you have the motivation and the will and the determination, you can get through it. Mm-hmm. And just don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Just really don't. It's not a good idea.
So here at Microsoft Ignite this week, what technologies have you been exposed to that you're really excited for the future about?
The linguistics and speech recognition that they're using with Azure, I think, over in the AI section, because that's what I want to do for research. So yeah, that's what I was excited to talk to them about. We had quite a bit of a conversation where they were like, "Oh, can you differentiate between Canadian French and French?" And I was like, "Yes, of course I can." And then they were like, "Oh, well, continue doing what you're doing, and then maybe you can do research for Microsoft." And I was like, "I hope so too."
Yeah. So you'd hope to one day be one of these folks here on the floor, or back in Redmond, or maybe in France doing some work?
Yes. Yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. After my PhD, yes.
Oh man, Chloe, you've been wonderful to visit with today. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best in your career, and I hope and look forward to seeing that solution for your dad.
I hope I find it.
This is Amy with Chloe here, and we're going to throw it right back to the live desk. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Chloe.